Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm going to do a quick interior walkthrough in a 2025 Toyota Crown. So the Crown is the replacement for the Avalon. It's been out for 2 or 3 years at this point, I think. Very nice car and very well done. One of the prettiest cars in production, actually. So yeah, I'm just going to walk through the buttons and switches and show you what's going on in this car. Talk maybe a little bit about the back seat and stuff, but mostly we're just going to talk about what the driver is seeing and the buttons and knobs and so forth that are in here. So yeah, all right, let's get started. So we always start at the left-hand door. You can see over here, here is the seat memories, door handle, physical lock, and then down here are the side mirror controls right there. You can fold them in and out there or have it on automatic in the middle. So see if I can get closer to that. There you go. And then door locks right here. And this is the window lock right here. And then you can see the window controls here. So all the windows in this are automatic. So when you push the button, all of them go down. When you pull it, only this one comes all the way up on one pull. The rest of them, I think you have to hold it. Now over here, you can see first of the vents right there, and then you can see down below that, that's the automatic headlights. You can toggle them on and off there. And then this is the windshield wiper heaters, windshield wiper, like it's a hamburger. I'm hungry, actually, that's why. Anyway, so there's the windshield wiper, whatever. And then here's the dimmers, so looking down here. So you're going up, down, there you go. Dimmers there, and the odometer and trip button right there. And then down here, you have a trunk release there and gas filler release there. So that opens the filler door. And that's pretty much it. There's a parking brake, or a hood release. Sorry, it's not a parking brake. Hood release way under here. And that's pretty much it. All right. The steering wheel. So, pretty simple steering wheel, not a lot of special stuff there. I really am not controlling the camera terribly well, but whatever. All right, so over here on this side, you've got kind of your information screen. So driver information screen controls. Here's the telephone button, telematics, picking up and dropping phone calls. That's the back button there. The OK is in the middle. And then this is a volume control. You go up and down for volume. And then this is voice activation. It's pretty simplified voice activation. It's still the old prompt, answer the question prompt. Then on the other side, it's mostly cruise control stuff. So up here, you turn the cruise control on and off. You can change the mode, so you can go to regular cruise, or you can have adaptive cruise. Up here is the lane keeping button. This is your distance, so you just push this and it either shrinks or grows. Set and reset here. So it sets this is something fairly new to Toyotas. When you turn on the cruise control, it will, whatever speed you're going, it will set, and then you can adjust it from here. And then down here, this changes your tracks or stations, and this chooses the mode. So if you're listening to, say, satellite radio and you want to go to Bluetooth, you can use this to switch really quick. So there's that. These are pretty obvious. I don't think I need to really go over how a windshield wiper works, but there you go. That's what that is. And then over here, you got your signal turns and your lighting. You can see I have it on auto. That other button was for high beams, by the way. Anyway, so yeah, you can switch between the modes for that. And then I believe that's it. Back and forth for your brights. Now, instruments. Well, that's a really good angle, and I can set this on the steering wheel and not have to prop it. That's awesome. All right, over here, since this is a hybrid, these are hybrids by default, you have a chart. So instead of an RPM gauge, you have kind of a power and charge section. That's showing you what you're doing as far as your, let me see if I can cover that enough. There you go. That tells you, so like when you're braking, this will move down into that. And when you get to physical brakes, it's all the way at the bottom. And then over here here's your speedometer and your fuel down at the bottom. So I put about 120 miles on this, and there's the fuel usage for that. Most of that was highway, almost all of it. And then here's your battery state. So you can see the battery is doing pretty well right now, and that's because I pulled it in and I used a lot of careful braking to regenerate it. So I was maximizing regeneration at stop signs, stoplights, coming off the freeway, all that stuff. In the middle here, what you have is your driver information screen. So if you remember the buttons I was looking at before on the left-hand side of the steering wheel, that is what they will look at here. So you can see there's cruise modes and stuff, because that's the menu we're on right now. And then this is navigation. So it's kind of a mirror of the navigation that's on the big screen. And then you can go up and down to see what kind of stuff there is inside that. To be really honest, I am not a huge fan of the way that this works. I feel like it is oversimplified. It really needs one more button. It needs a menu button. That's it. It just needs a button that I can go to the menu and call it good. So, but now you can see kind of what's in there, and you can fiddle with it using this stuff over here. Now, let's look at this screen. The sun just came out, so I'm suddenly getting glare. It's pretty funny. It's a really cloudy day, so the sun just decided, the clouds just decided, hey, let's get out of the way for a second. Aaron must be filming. We need to make glare. The car just happens to be at exactly the right angle for that. Anyway, this is the nav screen. There's several other screens you can see over here, fast buttons for those. This screen is probably where you're going to be the most often when you're not just looking at music or a map. And this is kind of I like this one a lot because it shows you what's going on with the drivetrain as you drive, so you can see the battery and the engine and so on. So it tells you what's happening with those. The car is running right now, but the engine is off because it doesn't need to do anything. I turned off all the climate and stuff, so it's just kind of sitting here. The only thing running is the heated seats. So yeah, it's just kind of a... Anyway, and then here is a volume knob, or you can push it to turn off the volume there, and then right below that is a Duke's light. Now, down here's where we're going to get to the first of my beefs with this car. Bun warmers and coolers, that's cool. It's in this particular model. Here is the climate. You can push that to get auto. You can turn it off by going here. Here's your defrosts right here. So these are physical buttons, and then these are toggles. And then here's the middle. You can see the climate stuff. If I focus on it, here's the climate stuff. You can raise and lower the temperature here, and you can change the fan and whatnot there. And then over here is the passenger side, so you can do the same things over there, and then you can sync them or not sync right there. So if you want them to sync or not sync. Now here's my beef. The steering wheel heat is on because that is on, and the only way to turn it off is to go through these convoluted menus up there and turn it off. You can toggle whether or not it turns off, but anyway, that was a little bit of a beef just because it's a giant PIA and you don't notice until you're actually driving and you can't actually change anything. So, anyway, down here you have no storage here, but you do have a phone cubby right here. This is a wireless charger. Your phone sits in it flat like this, face out. Pretty cool. Over here is your USBs. You can see they're both USB-Cs. And then here are some empty buttons that if you paid more money, you would have stuff going on there. Now, drink holders. These are pretty cool. So I like this, and I like this a lot. So you can, there's little slots that these fit on just about right. You got to kind of feel it out. And I'm trying to do it while holding the camera and paying attention to stuff. Anyway, there you go. So this makes it a drink holder. You pull that out and now you can get a tablet in there. You can do all kinds of stuff. Really, really cool setup. This is really smart and super simple. And then if you need to throw that somewhere, you got storage back here. So there's your internal storage. There's some more USBs down here. There's also a 12-volt plug down in there. And then this little tray comes out, moves around, whatever. So you got a pretty decent amount of storage down in there. Shifter. This is the new Toyota style shifter. It's been around a couple years, I guess, but it's new. So it's based on the Prius. So the Prius had this shifter first, and now you're seeing it throughout. So you shift, rather than just moving it back and forth, you actually have to like shift it and move it. You go into reverse like that. You can hit neutral by just going over like that. You see, you hold it. So let me do that again. To get into neutral, hold it like that. There you go. It's important to know if you're going to go through like an automated car wash. And then park is that button right there. Battery mode is straight down. It's not actually battery mode, there's some other name for it, but if you're going down like a steep mountain, you can use this to use the regenerative brakes to help you hold your speed, sort of like an engine brake would work, but without the noise and, you know, all of that. Anyway, and then your drive mode selector here, you really just have three. You have Eco, Normal, and Sport, and that's all you got for drive modes. This is the launch control, aka hill hold. EV mode, if you have enough battery, you can force the car to drive in electric. That's useful if you're like trying to sneak back into the garage, or your teenager stole the car and they're trying to sneak back up to the house, whatever. There you go. Park brake right here, so pull to set, push to release, and then your traction control button right there if you want to get squirrely. Then you can see the seating is just great in this car. It's great seating. Some of the best I've been in a long time. The design is nice and flowing and simple. Not a whole lot of complicated stuff going on. In the back seat, same thing. Very comfortable seating. Nicely done. There's a big snow brush in the middle of the seat because I had to make sure it was still there. But yeah, because of the way this car is designed with that kind of fastback look and everything, the trunk is ginormous. Really well done vehicle. I really like this. It's a great replacement for the Avalon. The Avalon was getting a little aged, and it wasn't selling terribly well. It was just kind of, I don't know, it just didn't hit the spot anymore. The Avalon for a long time had been a great vehicle and kind of a go-to for full-size but not full-size sedans, and this is the same. It's fitting that same spot, but it's much more modern, much better look, better vehicle, and way prettier. So yeah, good job on this one, Toyota. Yeah, so 2025 Toyota Crown. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.